Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Me like cookies.
Blue punch buggy.
Blue Punch Buggy?
Stitch.
Oh, gotcha. I haven't seen that movie in so friggin' long.
It's also a series, by the way, Scott.
As in, like a cartoon?
Yeah.
Like a TV show?
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Are you sure?
I've never seen Lilo and Stitch, the cartoon series now.
Uh-huh.
You know,
Huh? I'm
My-
surprised.
my parents loved me as a child. So, you know.
Oh, that's debatable, isn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely debatable. It's definitely debatable. So anyways, you, Scott, you chicken nugget.
I would murder some chicken nuggets right now.
Oh,
my God.
Isn't
I
he
want chicken nuggets.
Isn't he a little stoned at the moment?
No, I just...
No
like,
one has
do
to
you
be
not
stoned
just
for chicken
love
nuggets.
chicken nuggets?
I mean, it depends on where they come from. Like, if you're talking like fast food chicken nuggets, no, ew, gross.
Yeah,
Blech.
fast food. Fast
No,
food.
disgusting.
Yep. Yeah,
No.
exactly. Tesh gets it.
But if you're talking like all,
You have to be in a different mood for different types of nuggets. Like good nuggets, there's a certain mood you got to be in.
Yeah,
for
you
good
don't
nuggets.
want good nuggets when you're in the mood for bad nuggets, definitely.
Yeah, fast food nuggets you have to have a special mood for too, and that's the mood that we're in.
whoa,
The
whoa,
fast
whoa,
food.
whoa, 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 whoa. Walnut is saying that chicken nuggets, which is done by Morning Star, is better than real chicken nuggets. That soy protein, that estrogen rising fake food you got going on over there. I'm too much man for that.
I'm not sure soy does increase estrogen.
That's tons of studies have said soy.
But, like,
high consumption of soy increases estrogen levels.
edamame beans increase it as well.
Well, I mean, sure, high levels of it. So if you're like having lots of, because modern day food, I don't know how it is in Europe. I imagine the same as here. Lots and lots of food have soy as a supplement, or as an additive, or as a preservative, or as a. And so when you
Now
have
we
soy in
like
almost everything you
control
eat-
our food over here.
I mean, we do too. We control
Sure,
it.
sure you do.
We control it by the companies that are profiting off of selling it. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're like
that's a
we're
brilliant
not
idea.
making enough profit. Stick some more cardboard in, it'll be fine.
exactly. see, you get it. You get it. You get it. So
See, here in Australia, we had a brand of like biscuit savory cookie for you guys. That it sold like they were like, we're gonna make a new brand, like it's a new and better flavor. Everyone hated it so much they now only sell the original version with like the original tag. The
yeah,
new
like
flavored version's gone.
like Coke and New Coke.
Sort of, yeah. Just and no one liked the new version, and it died.
You know, it's actually a lot more difficult to get hold of like OG non-diet or non-Coke Zero over here because we've got sugar tax.
I mean,
So most places preferentially will sell diet or zero because
Interesting.
they have to pay less tax on it.
ew, that's so gross. I mean,
I
I don't drink
I-
soda in general, but when I do, I want a real fucking soda.
See, I'm weird. I actually prefer Coke Zero, but that's because I grew up with someone who drinks nothing but Coke. So whenever we went over to his place, there'd be like just cans of Coke that we could have the entire time, and it results in me just hating Coke.
I cannot imagine not drinking water. It baffles
I
my
know.
mind when people say they don't
don't
drink water.
understand.
Sometimes like a
understand.
cool, clear glass of water. Just you don't drink water.
No, never have.
Oh my god.
I drink like no exaggeration, about 100 ounces of water a day.
Yeah, what's that in real
3
person
of
money?
these a day.
I don't know. Let's see. Considering 32 ounces is how many milliliters? Well, let's see. 28 ounces is 800 milliliters. So times that by 4. So 3,000 milliliters probably.
So
Plus.
3 liters.
Yeah. 3 liters plus of water a day. Yeah. So
Can't believe that, Jake. That's crazy. And you
Yeah,
live in
I-
Australia as well.
yeah. No,
Getting dehydrated over there is dangerous.
I don't drink juice. I don't
What?
drink.
Oh, he's gone.
Oh, Jake died. Jake died. Jake died. Oh my God.
he
Tess,
said-
you're the closest one. You're our only hope. Resuscitate. Mouth to mouth on camera. Mouth to mouth on camera.
He said, screw you guys. I don't need to listen to you lecturing me. And just left.
All right. Well, I'll just turn off his camera for him.
That was
I didn't even see what he did because I wasn't looking at the feed. I was
No,
thinking,
he looked off to the side, got up and left. I assume like he actually had like something's happening.
well, he is a dad, so he's probably taking care of a child.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So
But
Speaking
seriously,
of children,
I can't understand. Our joke about my friend who only drinks Coke is that his insides just kill any germs, so he's fine, and that's the only
yeah,
reason.
because
why
he bleaches himself every day.
don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I ate 2 pints of ice cream last night while in the first 2 hours of our stream. So I make up for what I don't eat in soda.
I don't really get people's obsession with ice cream. Like that's like I like ice cream, but I wouldn't sit there and eat a tub
It's
of it.
probably because you don't have American ice cream. Like, don't get me wrong. When it comes to most sweets, like chocolates, like candy bars and whatnot, America does it wrong. It's overly sweet. It's obnoxious. You can get much better stuff from Europe, right? But when it comes to ice cream, I imagine our stuff is chemically delicious.
I get ice cream purely from as someone who has issues with depression and anxiety. One of my ways of coping is not a healthy way of coping, but it is eating stress, and ice cream is especially good at that.
That when Scott comes over, I'm gonna get him to try like some proper
I've had
Cornish
I've had
dairy
gelato.
cream. No,
I've had
that gelato's not ice cream.
No, I know, but somebody mentioned gelato in chat. I have had gelato. I like gelato. Don't get me wrong. But if I want something that's going to sit in a cone and not goop on my lap after 13 seconds of sitting in a freezer, it's a... Oh, okay, that's cool.
No one mentioned. Oh, yeah, they
Yeah,
did.
Norga did. I like gelato. Don't get me wrong, but it's not ice cream. It's gelato. It's goop in a bowl is what it is with some sugar. So it's good. I like it, but it's not.
But
ice cream.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I'm saying, I like Jake, but Jake's not Neil. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jake's a good guy and all, but I'm not going to put Jake in my mouth as often as I can. You know what I'm saying? Like, see what I'm saying?
okay.
You see what I'm saying? So, all right, back to the game. The two of you are waiting on the battlefield, waiting for it to happen. Your scouts never return. There's no surprise about that. You kind of knew what you were doing when you were sending them out there.
No, we didn't.
Let me correct that. You kind of knew what Leon was doing when he was sending them out there.
We thought they wouldn't die.
Mm-hmm.
We sent 3 people out there.
3 scouts.
Killing 3 people is actually reasonably difficult.
Hours pass.
Unless you...
Hours pass. And the soldiers get a little bit restless and kind of get distracted. But the rules that you guys have made beforehand kind of lingers with them. And occasionally, more words would be said. Drills and whatnot be given. Keep them focused. And let them quiet down again. Get them pumping again. Let them quiet down again. And so on and so forth.
Well, that's a good point. Did we get any of the animal messenger sent back? We did give them a thing.
No.
Okay.
What noobs? Come on.
Eventually,
All you gotta do is say a word.
you hear
Help!
commotion.
I'm dying.
From the comfortable place where you guys are set back, you're not staying truly hidden, but you're also not exposing yourself either. There's laws against that. There's children about. So you're trying to you hear commotion coming from the front lines. Something is heading in this direction. Very quickly, you hear word. It's the scouts. They're coming back. The scouts are on their way back. Still no animal messenger.
But
Do you guys stay hidden, or do you go to look to see what the scout says?
Fucking stay hidden.
Yeah, let's go look.
Yeah?
I like that. There's like, let's no, we stay. No, let's go look.
Well,
As if they both said the
Well,
same.
Rayron would say, what if there's some sort of duplicity?
That's you.
What? Three are coming back.
Well, yes,
We
what
said
if they're
3?
coming back, but they're just a bunch of orcs wearing our armor?
I'm sure we can deal with 3.
Yes,
Even
but
the peasants should be able to overwhelm them.
yes, but several of them might die before that occurs. And if we're to lose several people before they fall, think how scared everyone's going to be.
He just looks and kind of shrugs and says, "If you want."
You can stay here. I simply wish to find out what's gone on.
He nods.
So Rayrin goes up and one stays back.
Stop. Stop. You young man, stop cracking your fingers.
I crack literally every joint in my body.
Yeah, alright, I get it. You have arthritis.
Didn't that whole cracking your fingers is bad for you thing get proved?
No, it's never been truly debunked.
Oh, okay.
It's one of those ones where it's like, we still are, not at a full conclusion on this one.
Oh, okay.
So Neil, you are going up. Are you just gonna like walk up like a commander, or are you gonna try to slink up like a slunk?
Walk up like a commander.
Okay. So you go walking towards the situation, and you can see that clearly there's a bit of commotion. And then as you get closer, roll me a sense motive.
They're fucking probably dead, tied to horses.
Yeah.
There is definitely a grim feeling to everybody that's here. There's definitely, you could see like the whispers, whatnot going on as you approach. People are like disturbed by what it is that they've witnessed. As you're walking up, you end up seeing a messenger that literally is running up to you. They don't have to run your half the distance because you're already on your way to them, saying, chosen of the, this is one of this is one of the people here. They go, chosen of the chosen. General Jaeger said that he wanted your presence.
Lead on.
It's a loud bird outside.
I've noticed.
Foreboding on the battlefield. It sounds like a crowd.
Is he just like making eye contact with you through the window? Just.
I've luckily never lived where there have been mockingbirds. I hear they're obnoxious. And they're protected, so you can't kill them either.
Yeah, they mock you.
And there's the orc war cry.
Wow, that's loud.
So I just have my window open because it's not a terrible day outside. It's like tolerable. So I'm like, fresh air.
I'm surprised you guys can't hear the train, so.
Oh, that was a train for me.
Oh,
Oh,
we
well,
all
the
live
trains.
near trains.
Yeah, that was at a cellar.
That's funny.
So anyways, you guys make your way to they more or less come with me. You go making your way up front, and what you end up finding is that what had returned, the scouts returning, was actually one of the scouts, specifically your soldier, comes back. He's the one that returns. He does not look good, and he literally has the heads of the other two soldiers. When I say he doesn't look good, what they had done with him, they had taken him and they had shoved spears through his shoulders, sticking out the back of his shoulder blades. So his arms are effectively useless. And atop those spikes are skewered the heads of the other two scouts. So this man has become a messenger instead of a scout. And where you find him, he's lying on the ground, probably in his last few gasps of breath, kind of just having like walked zombie-like back towards you, just hoping to get to you, either bring you warning because at least you'll know, or maybe to save his life. You don't know his motive. You just know he's here, and it does not look pretty. The soldiers around you are very unsettled.
Rayrin would step forward. Gently, he'd kneel down and help the soldier into a supine position.
Mm-hmm.
Easy now, soldier. You've done a good job.
General Jaeger would step forward and kind of look down at you, giving you like a look. You get pretty quickly, the look is more or less a, do you want me to handle this or do you have it? Sort of a thing. Like, it's kind of like giving you a check of how do you want to handle this? He's trying to be subtle.
I might regret this, but oh well. Roman will point to Jaeger.
Jaeger looks at the... go ahead.
He will say, grasp the spear shafts firmly. He'll reach into his pouch and he will pull out a potion of cure light wounds.
Okay. Jaeger will bend down, and literally he looks down at the soldier and says, "You've been brave. However, we need just a bit more strength from you, boy. Hold it together." He grabs both spear shafts, like so, kind of like leaning the soldier has to be like put up, like so he's almost in a sitting position. He puts. And he's an older man, but he's not feeble by any stretch. One hand on either shaft, just beneath the heads that are skewered there, and places his foot between the shoulder blades of the man, and it gives you that knowing look, like he's ready. And the count of like, no, it's not like a worded count. It's just kind of like a, you two kind of give that each other that look, and then he just does a hard shove, like push down with his foot and a hoist up with his arms to pull the spears free as hard as possible. I imagine Rayrin himself also applying a little bit of pressure down on the guy to allow the base of the shafts to push into the ground and give him a bit of like a momentum to pull from, hoping to not leave behind any splinters or the like in the man's body. What do you do afterwards?
As soon as the screaming has stopped, he will administer the Cure Light Wounds potion.
How do you administer it?
Gently, carefully, so he can drink it.
So orally?
Yeah.
Okay, roll me your Cure Light Wounds, then it's 1d8 plus 1.
Let me delete this from my thing. Right, 1d8 plus 1. 1d8 plus 1.
Wow. That's amazing.
Boom.
That's incredible. What is your heal check, sir?
Damn.
My heal check is not so good.
What is it?
+2.
I don't have heal for Leon, which means it defaults to just as +1. So you are the better of the heal check here, which means he's assisting you. Let me make sure that he can assist you. I'm just going to roll a wisdom. DC 10. Oh! He gives you a +3 on your heal check. I'm sorry. I probably just used the natty 20. I'm so sorry.
Okay, let's try it.
Leon is so amazing. Okay. With that +3, you get the total of a 15, which is what you need. You're able to remove them pretty well, and then immediately administer that potion. That potion takes full effect. You can literally watch the wounds on the inside, not the superficial wounds, not the tearing of the muscle and whatnot, but you can see the bones starting to reform to a degree, the ligaments start to reform to a degree in the body. You can literally watch that happening on both sides. This man is not fully saved. However, he's not going to die. And so when that happens, Leon once again gives you that knowing look, like once you guys can both see the crisis has passed and your soldier, the Kurzfall soldier, is living, he gives you that look like, now, say something. And he's going to take the soldier's arm and throw it over his shoulder and stand him up, as so he is the general, is propping up this soldier.
Once again, we are reminded firsthand of the barbaric savagery of our foe, and why it is that we cannot allow them to get near those that we love. Once again, we are reminded of the mercy of the martyr, and the protection that she brings upon us.
And when you say your words, do me a favor, roll me a, this is supposed to be a diplomacy check, right? You're trying to sway the people. Keep them calm. Keep them calm. You happy with your roll?
Yeah.
Okay. So the situation is grim and so on. However, the successes you guys had done earlier in the day has seriously had an impact on these people. They are not easily frightened by something like this. It's known what was kind of going to happen here today. You're here to fight a huge battle. One might even say a war. When this man survives, the other two, of course, are dead. They're scouts. The other two, unfortunately, are dead. But this man survives by the skill and the grace of both the general and the chosen that are here. It emboldens them to see that propped up by the general and to the words that are said by you. The general says, "To your posts. We'll have a word with our scouts. I imagine things will be happening soon." And he says it with a bit of a smile. You don't usually see Leon smile. It doesn't generally happen, but it's like a thirst for war kind of smile, like a excitement for battle kind of smile to embolden the troops. And then he walks off, kind of giving him on to another one of the once he's out of sight a little bit, to somebody else, and has this other soldier bring him back to where it is that you and one were residing. Leon comes back with you and says, as he's walking back with you, Rayrin, he says, "We don't have a lot of time. I must get back to the front. Let's ask him questions quickly, see what we can discern. We need to be prepared." They lead the scout back to where it is that you and one are. One, obviously, you see the aftermath of everything that transpired, and he shows him the blade. And so they slump him down into like an area where he can kind of like sit up, semi-lie down, whatever it is, so he can speak to you. And General Yeager looks to the two of you and says, "I imagine you have questions."
Yes, we need to know whatever he can tell us.
How many?
Dozens. Maybe 100.
100.
What we saw on the road here, that was their scouting party. They could spare him.
How bad does he look after that potion?
Not good. He's like, more or less, you got him from dying to like 0 health points and staggered. But he also has,
is he one of our crossbowmen?
He is. He also has conditions on him too, so things like lesser restoration and whatnot would aid him as well.
Sweet. I'm gonna dump a potion of cure light wounds.
Mm-hmm. You can roll it.
What is it? 1d8 plus
1. Let's see if you're anywhere near as good as Rayrin.
I'm not.
Gauntlet.
So
Don't just give up straight away. You could become the new chosen of the potion.
not bad.
See, that's pretty good.
That's average.
That's above average.
Dude,
actually.
that's above average.
Doesn't matter how small it is above it, you gotta say it.
4.5 rounded up is 5. That's average.
It was 6.
Plus
Plus
1.
above average.
But the plus 1. So he rolled average and got a modifier.
Sure.
So you
Chosen of the ball.
So what else do you do? 1.
They're talking at the moment, but that's just all I've done for right now.
Okay. Rayrin?
Nearly 100. Did you see anything about them? Were they well equipped? Mounted troops, archers, beasts, anything of that sort?
There's horses, but they eat them.
That's good.
Leon steps forward and says, as the two of you seem to be like at a loss, he sees that an opportunity because like the two of you seem to be disheartened, and so he kind of like comes in and kind of takes over the situation and says, 100 men, that's nothing. Understands.
Yeah, one isn't disheartened, by the way, at all.
Understands that 100 men on a field of battle, 100 trained warriors, well equipped, well armed, is something that one should be concerned about. It is a battle that we could very well lose, but 100 men throwing themselves at our walls, with our people positioned where they are, the training that they've had, the defensive posture in general, will make us win this day. You say 100, I say bring them. Even if there are more, even if only you saw the main camp, even if there are splinter groups, other scouts that might be about that haven't rejoined the main force, Bring them. 100, 2, even 3. We'll win. And then he looks to the two of you and says, I need to return to my post. Seems like it's going to be an entertaining day. He gives a bit
One
of a
looks
bow.
to the soldier and says, you've got work to do, boy. Rejoin the troops. And he gives him a potion of lesser restoration.
Mm-hmm. You say that, Leon turns back. He's trying to hide a surprised, quizzical look. He's not very good at it. He's pretty stoic, but that would really caught him off guard. But you give him the potion, and the soldier kind of... He's not jumping to his feet, let's be clear. Clearly helps him considerably. His shoulders are still injured. You still have like some good wounds that you can imagine. His bones haven't fully finished mending and whatnot on the inside, but definitely have the full casing around the bones, that membrane that exists in the exterior bones, fully encapsulated, so you don't have to worry about things like diseases and whatnot settling into the bone. You can see that his skin has for the most part kind of closed up, but still it looks like fresh wounds. You know what I mean? Like, he's significantly better than he was before, but is not back to 100%. You know what I mean? However, he is much better. And so he just gives like an understanding nod, and he stands up. And Leon says, with me, you'll be of my personal guard.
Tell me the location of the camp.
He looks to you and says, not as weakly as he did before. Quarter day's walk, northwest.
And gold coin? They took them.
Took us by surprise.
Very well. Leon, if this man finds himself struggling on the field of battle, then send him to me. I have some important work that needs to be done.
One says, he kind of like looks at the guy. He's like, prove your worth, soldier. Do not let us down.
He is trying to be as hardened as possible, but has just gone through hell, come back, and is still living in hell. So it's kind of like a weak reply, from what you would expect typically from one of these soldiers. But what do you expect in the scenario, right? And so he then,
as long as he does what he's told.
He and Leon go to leave. As the two of you go step out the door with them to watch them leave. Do me a favor, roll me a perception check, just the two of you.
Having like a man that was that gruesomely injured walk into camp and then see the chosen and then come out and be on the front lines, even if he can't hit a damn thing, just doing that would be such a huge boon to the soldiers.
That's true. I didn't consider that.
Rayron, you noticed as you guys are coming out, just kind of out of the corner of your eye, you're out in the city, you see people, the town, sorry. There are people about, but barely any. But you notice out of the corner of your eye, it literally means nothing to you. But you see like a bird fly up in the air and start taking off, right? Literally means nothing to you. One, you notice over behind the building, very clearly, the skin texture, the tone and everything of an orc. With a hood pulled over their head, you can barely see, with where they are, about 50 feet from you, an orc pulled back over there, kind of like hiding, staring over in your direction, pulling his hand down from clearly just throwing something up into the air, because you saw like a quick movement which caught your eye, and then like you can see they're pulling their hand back down. They don't notice that you notice them, but you also see what is a very familiar looking bird starting to take off from directly above where that orc was and heading northwest.
Can I take a quick shot at it?
Absolutely, but before you do that, because I imagine you can say words and whatnot, why don't we have you guys quickly roll initiative for me? So don't roll quite just yet.
Too late. I'm doing it. You can't stop me.
Okay, now you can roll initiative for me. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see what I get here. Ooh, And let's see what I get. I just need a random orc person. That's fine. Ooh. Okay. So putting this in order. They actually don't notice that you noticed them yet, so they don't get to act yet. So one, because the orc doesn't get to do anything, it's kind of like a surprise round right now. So the initiatives were 22 for the orc, 21 for 1, 19 for Rayward, and 12 for the bird, right? So one, technically you get to go first because the orc doesn't know that it's been made.
Okay.
What do you do?
Draw my longbow and try and shoot the fucking bird.
So you see the bird in the sky, you're like, shit. You draw your longbow, you line up an arrow, and the bird moves quickly, but it's still within one range increment, so you have no penalties to your attack.
Okay.
As a high AC, as you can imagine, it's a small bird. You're shooting with an arrow, not birdshot. It's a 16. Are you comfortable with a 16 shooting a bird mid-flight?
No, I'm actually gonna lock it. I don't want this to get away. You good with that now?
Yeah, of course.
How much luck did we have?
I don't know. But there's one left. Yeah, do it.
I'm just gonna try.
And is there anything else? Is there anything else that you can modify your roll with?
Oh, I could have swift actioned and done something.
I mean, it's not too late, right?
Yeah, but at the same time, I only get one judgment for the day, so
It's up to you. It depends on how important you think this is.
Do I have anything I can do?
A
Wait, how
bird
close was
surely
the- how
can't be
close was
that
the
hard
bird?
to hit.
Because it took off into the flight and started flying. Let's call it about like 60, 70 feet away. So within one range increment.
I mean, a 17 on a bird. There's nothing I can do. I'm just gonna take the shot.
The AC was literally 17. I was just trying to get you to use more abilities. So, so it's exactly a 17 AC. You knock the arrow, line up, and you just kind of like, and then you just lead the bird just a smidgen, and all of a sudden you see Rayron. So you notice the bird out of the corner of your eye, and all of a sudden you see one grab his bow, draw an arrow, and fire. And the bird, as he hits it, you could probably think to yourself like, "What the fuck, man?" But as he hits the bird, it doesn't just like get taken by an arrow. And you actually see as he hits the bird, it poofs into a group of feathers that all dissipate in the air. And then you see a coin fall to the ground.
Oh, that was an animal mesh.
So, can I talk as well?
Absolutely, of course, free action.
Okay, pretty much. As he does that, he calls out to the orc in Orcish. Actually, I'm not going to be Australian and talk because I might offend people. So he's going to be like,
No. Now I'm curious.
That's fine. Don't worry.
I say everything on
I have
stream.
a feeling I know what he was going to say.
Oi, cunt!
Something along those lines.
Yeah.
He just calls him a coward and says, like, just points and then points at him and just like motions him to come on. So he calls him a pussy in Orcish.
Yep. So more or less, you just have unsavory words for him. So Neil, you did not know that there was an orc there. You just saw a bird or whatever. You see him kill a bird. The bird dissipates. You clearly realize what it is moments later. Then you see him look off to the side, and he's like, "All right," calls out to the orc. You kind of like following his line of direction, everything. You notice the orc as well. It is actually Rayron. You may go.
Okay, I'll try and give him a shooty pooty then. Why not?
Shooty pooty.
Shooty pooty.
So you
Why
also
not?
draw a bow and then just knock an arrow and fire at the orc.
He raises his crossbow. Crunk. No, it's a two-hand job. You come on.
Take a shot.
Doing style points.
Sorry. It's the United States.
Oh,
Ah! Ah! That's a
Style
double 20!
point.
That's a double 20!
Style
Neil,
point.
roll me a 1d20 plus your normal modifiers.
It's
that
only a
1d20
19
plus
out of
7?
20.
It doesn't matter. Your
What-
second roll is a
one?
natural 20.
it's
Double
it's a 20.
crit is what matters.
Yeah, what do I roll?
A 1d20 plus your modifiers, which I think is plus 7.
It is / roll 1d20 plus 7.
This is where that guy just gets like clean between the eyes.
Neil, that is, in accordance to my ruling, an auto kill. A chance to crit followed by a natty 20 followed by a confirm is a insta kill. Doesn't matter what you're fighting. Doesn't matter if it's a great worm, red dragon with a million spells on them, and a
Wow.
peasant
Please tell me that
just
was
did
the
it with a
bad guy.
toothpick.
And that, my friends, is the power of the shooty pooty.
Neil, Neil, we need you to describe this epic auto kill.
I mean, there's only so much I can say because it's a crossbow shot. Rayron raises the crossbow, pulls the lever arm back, places the bolt, pops it right up for aim, squeezes the trigger, and you just hear a whistle, and then it disappears off into the distance, and then you just see the sword go, and then it just slowly sinks down.
Can I just say what this looks like to like the normal troops? First of all, they saw one of them quickly grab a thing and shoot a bird out of the air, and then the other chosen just grabbed a crossbow and one shot an orc. Like these troops will be like, "Holy fuck!"
Not only are the ones about seeing it emboldened, the one that moments beforehand was on death's bed and is now being sent to the front lines sees the capacity of who it is that is the rulers of their realm. He turns and looks at the two of you in awe, like he has literally witnessed the miracles of your gods enacted through your persons. He looks at the two of you with complete awe and then gives the appropriate salute and bow, and then turns and walks back with assurance with Leon to the battlefield. Leon looks at the two of you and just gives you like a and then walks away as well. Doesn't say a word. Just what do the two of you do?
Well, they were probably waiting on a report from this loser, so I'm gonna walk over there, get my coin back, and see what he had on him and what his outfit is and stuff.
So those my apologies, coins, they don't have any magic afterwards. It just becomes like a large inert coin.
Made of gold.
Yeah. It's a large inert coin. It's fool's gold really afterwards. It's actually like a it's like brass with like a layer. A fool's gold, not even real gold, just like you.
Shut up, you ass.
So anyways, you you go over there and you just kind of like investigate them, search them. You don't have to roll anything. You can see that this soldier, who knows that if they're a scout, well, they're probably a scout, but who knows like how well they are armed or armored compared to the rest of them. First of all, right on their person, you can see a battle axe, you can see a hand axe, you can see a dagger, and you can see that they're wearing decent leather armors, decent leathers for armor. Enhanced with hide here and there and whatnot. Their boots are decently crafted out of like animal skins, so on and so forth, like furs. Because again, it is winter time. So the person is fairly well outfitted. No pen or paper or anything like that on their person. You do actually find a single potion though.
Rayron, can you have a look at this potion?
Bet you wish I was there.
Yes, I suppose so. That I'm not entirely sure whether they're capable of brewing them on their own. Does it have a label on it? Can I just... Why does no one label their potions, damn it?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Do me a favor, roll me a spellcraft check, sir.
Tharis has got a big sticky label on all of his potions now.
Yes, like, why wouldn't you?
Listen,
Come on.
I saw Emperor's New Groove. You're just going to misread the label anyways. So, With the DC 19, you realize that this is a potion of boiling blood. What is a potion of boiling blood, Scott? Good question. The blood of the target creature begins to boil. If it fails its saving throw, it takes 1 point of fire damage per round. This spell has no effect on creatures that don't have blood. So literally, if you drink this potion, you take 1 point of damage a round for as long as the spell lasts. However, if the target has the orc subtype, it does not take fire damage and instead gets a +2 morale bonus to strength.
Well,
Just see drugs.
I guess you'll probably want this one.
Yeah. Do I have to still make a saving throw, Scott?
Nope. It automatically just gives you a +2 morale bonus to strength checks. Now, it's important that I say morale bonus because I believe you had in your regiment of potions you intended to drink that you were going to drink a potion of bull strength, which is +4 enhancement bonus. They stack.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh,
Yep, they do.
Oh my god.
You know what also might be alright? If I also drink in large person.
Oh, +2 size bonus to strength.
that is the.
What, like all the soldiers are just fighting and then they like stop and fall back and everyone just starts chanting.
The Blade Runner.
What? And
This
there's
is
just
why
a
5e
huge
can eat it,
half-orc
okay? Just saying, you know?
You know that scene in Game of Thrones where one
God, how long does it last?
It's just like
Yeah,
it's just like knocking things out of the way. That's what happens.
What'd you say, one?
How long does it last?
This particular one is going to last 5 rounds.
As long as Scott then.
Listen, my wife has made her peace with it.
That's not where I thought that was going.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
So you take these items and whatnot. Do you do anything with the body? Do you do anything with any of this stuff?
yeah, where did Rowan shoot him again?
In the throat.
Sweet, I'm gonna remove his head. I'm gonna get a pike. I'm gonna pike it. And then I'm gonna give him a big smile.
Oh,
In front of the soldiers?
No, it'd be more out a bit, not too far from us, but more so when they do come on their way, they get a look at it first.
Who's actually doing the piking and smiling?
Me.
Okay. Roll me a perception check.
I have fought in the Barrenlands before. This shit's normal.
I'm not judging you.
Raven is.
Okay. With your perception check total of a 24, because you're a badass mother fluffer. While you're out there, walking out, you've already severed the head, right? You've already removed the head from the shoulders. You've already walked out to the battlefield and everything. You've already kind of like got the pike with you, like a head by the hair in one hand, pike in the other, and you're making your way over so you can prepare to, it's like double pointed so you can shove it into the ground and then on top or whatever. So while you're walking out there and you kind of find the spot where you want to plant it, you literally drop the head on the ground and you're getting that pike ready. You're like, boom! You plant it in the ground. Roll me a strength check.
Yeah.
You firmly plant it in the ground, easily plant it in the
I'm
ground.
using up all my good rolls. Thanks, Scott.
And then you hear off in the background, as well
Oh no,
as
it's Scott's train again.
they go off in the background too. Roll me, sir, an intelligence check. The DC is actually, knowledge local check. The DC for you is not very high. You know that scream is a war cry, probably at the end of a chant, like a war scream. Not chants like these are soldiers singing like war songs. War chants are usually kind of like 3 or 4 words said over and over and over again, finished with like, oh. And you know that sounds, that horn, that's a horn that more or less just means it's time to charge. You know what I mean? It's time to like push forward. It's typical, the kind of horn, the animal that's used is an animal that you can kind of find in the outskirts of the Barren Lands over near the base of Kajinxi. It's a type of like yak creature over there. Doesn't matter. You know that tone. With your knowledge local check, if you had to guess, they're probably about 300 feet behind you. Like, just behind the trees and whatnot that are there. About 300 feet behind you. The head is on the ground, by your feet. The spike is in the ground directly in front of you. You're well past the walls of where safety is. And Rayrin, of course, this is the time that he hung back. Last time you hung back. You only have your 3 crossbowmen with you, because they're said to be with you at all times. What do you do in this moment?
You mute.
You mute yourself and make a fool.
He looks at the 3 crossbowmen, smiles and says, "It's time, boys. Let's go." And he pulls back.
You don't pick up the head and skewer it or anything like that?
Oh, no, I would have done that. I thought you said that was already
No,
done.
it's on the ground by your feet and the spike's in front of you.
Yeah, so I pick it up, do it, turn around, say that. We push back and tell the others.
You spend a round skewering the head. They're closer. You can literally hear the rumbling of their boots. They're only you can look behind you as you say, "That's time, boys. Let's do it." And you look behind you, you can see them starting to break through the tree line. Then maybe 220 feet behind you. You turn and you start to run for your camp.
Yep.
Your camp is a bit ahead of you. You know, nothing crazy, a couple hundred feet itself. And you start running. Now, you can move quickly, but you don't move at the speed that these orcs do. Now again, when I use the phrase orcs, it is important to note that when I'm saying orcs, I don't mean full-blooded creature type found in the monster manual orcs. Orcs is in this sense is referring to the full-blooded orcs, the half-orcs, and even the humans that are of the Barren Lands, usually not full-blooded humans though, of the Barren Lands that are identified as orcs from the Barren Lands. So it's just kind of like a classification of a peoples, right? Of a culture, if you want to say that. But anyways, they're charging at you. Their base speed's 40, your base speed's 30. They're gaining. Needless to say, you have a good leg up on them. So while if you times 4 speed run, they times 4 speed run, they close that gap. So when you're breaking through your own line, trying to get to where it's safety, and like the little area where the fence is designed to be like opened a bit for you to be able to come back in, they leave it open for you. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Even a couple of crossbowmen come out of the lines themselves and fire their shots at the leading orcs, trying to make sure that they kind of break that line for you, give you that couple extra moments you need. So as soon as you come rushing through, and your snipers come rushing through as well, they come rushing in too. But they're not going to leave anybody out there. These aren't heartless people. They wait till everybody comes in and go to shut the gates. And as they're shutting the gates, before they can even hit the latch, the makeshift latch that they have to kind of like hold it so it can't be easily ripped open or torn down, as they're doing that, there's a clash of orcs against the gates themselves, and the battle begins. And it is a sight to behold, to say the least. The number of orcs that you see as you turn back and look over the battlefield, kind of like making your way back a little bit and over towards where your point is supposed to be. 100 orcs? Definitely. No question. Orsugo? You don't see him. Not yet. What do you do? One, you return to Rayrin. You stay here. What's your plans?
Yeah, well, we have a job to do. They have a job to do. He probably just leave the ordering to General Jaeger. That's his job. Mm-hmm. One starts popping a potion or an oil or something, I guess you would say, of greater magic weapon. Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm doing right this second while I'm on the way to Rayrin.
Greater magic weapon is like hours, isn't it?
Yeah, 5 hours.
Yeah. What were you saying, Tesh?
Oh, I was saying he like grabs the oil, throws it up, and like chops it with the axe.
Ah, that's cool. I like it. I like the idea that he does it and misses.
It's an orcish axe too, so.
No, but he misses. So.
He misses it. Hits the floor. He's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Just starts wiping his axe on the floor.
But Jake was always last pick for T-ball, actually. So, do you guys have T-ball over East? T-ball is like, it's like, because obviously baseball is the American pastime. It's like the ball that sits on the stick when they're really.
Yeah, it's like one that kids play. That's cool.
Yeah, like very.
I
good.
played baseball before T-ball happened in primary school, and so when we got to do T-ball, I remember I was the one that kept hitting it out of school grounds.
That's cool. That's cool.
Because I was the designated hitter on our baseball team. So when the ball's just there for you to hit, it's suddenly so much easier.
Yeah, we I was also a designated hitter. I was just terrible because I ADHD. I was just terrible in any other position because it was such a boring sport that I would just
Same.
like, I would just get bored.
I was just terrible in every other position. I loved hitting. Just like
No, but
I couldn't do anything else because it was just sitting there doing nothing.
well, that I'm left-handed, so I was trained to be a switch hitter. So they actually got a lot of training hitting, so I was actually pretty good at bat because I could just fuck with the pitcher. You know, I would do like 3 or 4 swings in one batting and then switch to the other one and knock it out. You know, because I was like you know what I mean? So
That's fantastic.
yeah. So, anyways, the you guys are making your so you make your way back to Rayrin, and Rayrin, you can hear it before one gets to you. You hear, and you hear like from the archers that you have kind of like overhead, like you're probably on the 2nd floor with them, like looking out the window watching. You see one with his soldiers like rushing towards you. You probably didn't see him coming through the fence. Because you probably weren't aware that something was happening quite at that time. But you see him rushing up to the house and kind of like coming in down below. So the two of you could reunite. At this point in time, why don't we take a break? And we'll be back in a moment to see what happens.
Because I need to pee.
Oh, I need to watch. Bye.
Bye.